episode of Tori Rain, I thought we could get ready together, because what else are we gonna do in a pandemic? Full disclosure, I love makeup. I like buying makeup. I like spending money on makeup. I have a decent collection, but I like never wear makeup. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at putting it on. So I've already washed my face, and as you can see, my skin is looking awful. Oh, you see it, Bella? Oh, there. She's thirsty. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I've already washed my face. I've already moisturized my face. So we're just gonna get it. For foundation, I have the Naked Skin One and Done. Putting makeup on with glasses is not fun. I know there's a few of you out there who watch me that are in the same boat as me, and it sucks. And I apologize. Like I've said, I don't really do my makeup that often. So if I'm doing anything wrong, I am all up for being educated. Is that annoying? Are you done? Are you gonna go on the bed, or do you want to go out? I'm gonna take her out. You old lady. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to educate me on what I'm doing wrong, feel free. Yikes. So I thought I could take this time to talk about, like, maybe how Chris and I met. I don't know if you guys care. I'm assuming you can hear that. My boyfriend and his friends in Japan have been playing a lot of Minecraft. In order for them to play on his server, he has to remain online. So my job now has become guarder of the controller and the Minecraft server. So I have to keep checking in on it to make sure it's still running, that he didn't time out, that his friends can't get on there, because obviously they're on opposite hours. So they will get on and play while Chris is at work, and then Chris will sometimes play while they are at work or sleeping. And then on their consecutive days off, they will all play together. But that game has been on 24/7 for like the past week. I killed him a few days ago. It wasn't my fault. And I tried running and I fell through a hole and killed him. You know, and I just realized this is how not good I am at makeup. I didn't put concealer on my little problem areas. Is it too late? It's not too late. Don't take makeup advice from me. So yeah, I was thinking we can do like just a quick little, not a quick story, but a little like, hey, this is how Chris and I met. I think it's a cute story. You might not, and I apologize if you don't. So Chris and I have been together for 6.5 years. What month are we in? July is the month that we met online. This upcoming January, in 6 months. So yeah, 6.5 years. So in January will be our 7-year anniversary. So we met online. It's a dating website and or a dating app and a gaming app. So there was this little match game, and the goal is if you're playing on the, if you're sending, you go through and you heart photos that you like. And on the receiving end, you are shown like 20 photos, and it's like you get 5 guesses. Guess who liked you? And if you guess correctly, you get to unlock and talk to them. Chris was on the sending end. He had seen my photo and he had liked it. And now on my end, when I got the notification saying someone matches you, oh my god, I hate that I do this. You need to put your eyeshadow on first before your, I mean, you don't have to. I recommend that you put your eyeshadow on first before your face. So you can just wipe off all the excess. I suck. Why? Just unclick this video, because clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. So anyway, we're gonna do eyeshadow first. Well, second, but now. So he had sent me the heart, and I was given 20 photos to guess, and yay, I guessed correctly. And just so you know, this is not eye primer. My eye primer I went to use a couple weeks ago, and it was not, like, it's expired. So I'm just using a little bit of concealer just to help the eyeshadow grab onto something. So I guessed correctly. Sorry, I have to go back and forth. Glasses, no glasses, glasses, no glasses. Because I can see, I can't see, I can see, I can't see. And so he, you know, he sent me the heart and I guessed correctly. It unlocked and I was like, oh, he's cute. So I sent him a message and I was like, thanks for the heart. You know, we exchanged messages on the app. Our messages turned to text messaging. I gave him my number. And I remember giving him my number because I was like, I hate that it takes forever for him to get back to me. And it would really just take like a day or so. It wasn't like he would ignore me for a week, just like a day or so. But I really was like smitten, so I wanted to talk, you know, a couple, like at least every day, but like not all day. I don't need all day. But I wanted to talk. Sorry, I'm trying to decide like where I'm going with all this makeup. So I went ahead and trudged forward and gave him my number. So I gave him my number, and I do remember, you know, he texted me. And at one point he's like, you know, there's a lot of catfish in California. So I'm a little nervous. And I was like, oh, I understand. I was like, but to be honest, if I was going to catfish you, I would not use my own photos. Like, why would I choose to be me? Okay, so I'm using this Urban Decay Troublemaker palette. And I'm just using Bailout right here to go in on the lid and in the crease. I'm just going to try to do like a little bit of a light smoky look. So yeah, so then our text messages turn into once a week phone calls. I'd have girls' night every Thursday night with my best friend because we worked at the same place, and I would always, you know, get a little drinks in you and you call. And so he was so sweet. He switched his work schedule so that he would have Fridays. It was either Fridays or that Thursday, but that Thursday wouldn't make much sense, so I think he would do the Friday. He switched the schedule so that he could be off the next day so he could take my phone calls without disturbing his sleep, which was so cute to me at the time. And so we continued that for a while, and I was like, I really want to meet face to face, but I'm not coming to you first. And he said, okay, I can come to you, but I've already used up all my vacation time to visit my mom I think he went on a vacation in Washington, D.C. to visit with his mom and her new husband. And so he's like, you'll have to wait till the new year renews for me and I can come. And I said, okay, well, when is that? And he said, January is when the new year clicks over for me and I can come see you. I said, great, there's a convention going on in my area. We'll go to the convention together. So I pick him up at the airport. I meet him at the gate and I was like, okay, public space. And I don't know why I panicked because we had already video chatted. And I always feel bad, like on the Catfish show, they're like, how can you never FaceTime anybody or video chat with anybody? But I had a laptop that literally wouldn't work on Skype. Like, I could see them and I could talk to them, but the camera would not work, which I know, hella sketch. But luckily my best friend on those Thursday nights, not every night because it was girl night, but occasionally she would let me video chat with him, so we knew what we looked like. And there was lots and lots of picture messages with like, this is what I'm doing, you know, to try to include each other in each other's lives. So I don't know why I panicked, but of course, you know, when you go to the airport, they let all the elderly people off first. And so I had convinced myself, oh my God, he's an old man. Just complete irrational panic. Chris emerges. I was like, oh, he's real. I'm like, oh, why did I even think he wasn't real? Because he was real. We knew this already. We spend time together. He meets my parents, he meets my friends. We go to the convention, and then we spend some time sightseeing. I take him to some of the local areas around here. I take him to San Francisco. So it was like 10 days. 10 days we spent together. So after the 10 days, I asked him, I was like, not to put any pressure on you, but like, what is the goal here? You know, because we had admitted that we liked each other, but we also had admitted we're not going to be each other's boyfriend and girlfriend until we meet face to face, because I need to know if I actually like who you are as a person in front of me. He's like, I want to make this work. Like, I want you to be my girlfriend. I said, okay. I was like, I'll be your girlfriend. What is the goal? Because we are now officially a long distance couple. Let's rewind. So Chris is originally from Japan. He's born and raised. So if you've seen any of my past videos where we talk about going where we're in Japan, or we do the like Japan versus America video, it's already been discussed that he is from Japan. So obviously when we met face to face, I already knew he was from Japan. So he's like, well, originally my plan was to, you know, come live with my dad for a while, go to school here, and then get a job, save to go back to Japan. So he had already had some money saved from working to originally go back to Japan. So he said, give him a year. Because one, I'm sure he wanted to see if this relationship was real, which is fair. And then obviously to save too. So give me a year and I'll move out there. You know, I like California. California is much closer to Japan than it is here in the South. Chris gets asked this question all the time. What is a Japanese native doing in the South? He's like, I don't know, man. So he liked California, and I was obviously like, yay, you know, because I couldn't see myself moving, and I don't mean to sound selfish, but I wasn't gonna move. I belong here, and I'm very grateful and lucky that Chris has been a little bit of accustomed to moving, because I was like, how do you feel about moving here? It's a big step. I couldn't do it, so talk to me. And he's like, no, I moved a lot as a kid, you know, not in Japan, but like when he was here in America with his dad. You know, they had moved from Orange County to Atlanta to Missouri. No, Texas? I think Texas. And then where his dad is now. So he was like, no, I'm accustomed to moving. Like, I'm not upset. He's all, my mom's already like remarried and moved on. Like, it's not like I'm going back home to my mom or anything like that. He was planning on going back to Japan and just maybe moving in with some friends or maybe a cousin and, you know, just progressing on with life. And so he left January with the agreement that in a year he would move here. I went out there during the summer. I wanted to try to get out there for 4th of July, but I got out there August, and we spend again about 7 days together. You know, I meet his father. I didn't unfortunately meet any of his friends. We had tried to set up some things with his friends, but it just didn't pan out. Like, I think one of his friends was like, just come over and watch football, and I looked at him and I was like, I know you don't really care for sports. You know how I feel about sports. I'll go if you want to, because if you really think it's important for me to meet this friend, I'll go with you. And Chris was like, I don't really care. And I was like, oh, okay. Chris is very, I know this sounds really, that phrase, that specific sentence sounds really harsh, but Chris is very much an independent person. And when I say independent, he's a solitary person. That's the better word. Very much solitary. He is fine being alone, working alone, living alone, functioning alone. Like, he is very much an introvert to the extreme. So we did our own thing. So I ended up not really meeting any of his friends, which of course, like, on the surface is kind of like, are you trying to hide me? So we said goodbye, and it was a really like romantic goodbye. I'm sure he's gonna be mad at me for talking about it, but he was like holding back tears, and it was so cute. Actually, at the plane, when he was like holding it in, I wanted to tell him that I loved him, but I was just too shy. I was too embarrassed, you know, like, so I didn't. I should have, but it's okay. It works out anyway. So then he came out again to LA. Well, I don't live in LA, so not again to LA. He came out again to California, but met me in LA because we went to Disneyland. I was like, let's go to Disneyland for your birthday. You've never been to the Disneyland in California. And he teased me. He's all, did you know there's a superstition in Japan that if couples go to Disneyland, they always break up afterwards? And I was like, well, we're in California. It's different. I was like, we're not breaking up. We're going to Disneyland for your birthday, you weirdo. So we go. We had a wonderful time. So he came back out for January for the exact same convention. That January would mark 1 whole year that we had technically been together. So out of 365 days, I counted. Out of 365 days, Chris and I had spent 30 days together. And the next time I was going to see him after January was going to be in April. I was going to fly out to the south where he was, help him pack up all his stuff, and do a cross-country road trip back to California. I know on the surface it sounds completely insane, like, who the heck moves in with somebody only spending 30 days together? 9 times out of 10 would not recommend. Most people can't handle this. We didn't know each other's pet peeves, like what pisses us off about the other person. But it just worked. Chris and I just work. I don't know how to explain it. I honestly wouldn't change it. He moved here. He moved in with me and my family for a while until he got a job. He got a job, I think, within a month. So anybody's like, my man can't get a job, he can get a job. He's just being lazy. Same for your girlfriend. She can get a job. He got a job, and then he moved out into his own place. You know, yeah, I'm not afraid to talk about this. I think this is great. So he actually moved in with my grandmother because she was going to lose her home. He took care of, you know, part of her bill so she could keep her home. So he lived there for about a year, and then at one point my grandmother fell really ill, and so I moved in with her to take care of her. So I had pulled out of school I finished my semester and then pulled out of school for, I think, 2 semesters to take care of her. And, you know, it was great. It was like the 3 of us were our own little weird family, you know, Chris and I and my grandmother. That year, some of the greatest memories I have. 1, because Chris, and then 2, because my grandmother. Like, I've always been really close with my grandmother, and she's always been a big part in my life. But getting that whole year with her before she passed away is just something I'm forever grateful to have those memories. So I loved living with both of them. So unfortunately, you know, she did pass away, and so Chris and I had to move from a home. Not a home. I mean, we're in another house. We had our own bedroom, our own bathroom, and then there was a separate spare room that had become like our computer room / living room. And then we had free range of the kitchen, and of course, like, I usually cooked for the 2 of them. So we had furniture and pieces of furniture and decorations that were meant for a house. So we just had a lot of stuff, and we did get rid of a lot of stuff to downsize to move into a 1-bedroom. So I know I'm like way past the point where Chris and I met. This is my life story with Chris. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled another eyeshadow from Urban Decay's Naked. Which Naked is this? Naked 3 kit. And I used, Buzz down on the bottom to get it light. And then I came back to my Troublemaker palette and I got Girl Crush to go over it just to make it a little bit more dark. Just a tiny bit. And I'm going to use this again. I'm going to use Knockout in the corner. I'm doing a terrible job. So Chris and I have been here ever since. I went back to school full-time. No more part-time, because this was just taking too long. And Chris was like, hey, been together for a while. You know, I'm not gonna marry somebody without a degree. I was like, ooh, okay. And before anybody hates in the comments, I wouldn't want to be with a guy who doesn't have expectations of me, because I have expectations of any partner of mine. So I expect my partner to have expectations of me and hold me to a high standard, because I'm going to hold them to a high standard. So I am not insulted by him being like, you need to get a degree, girl, at all. Especially living in California, it's pretty much hard to survive without a degree. Wow, this looks terrible. Oh well, we're committed. So I went back to school full time, and I was just gonna get my AA and quickly get back to work on the workforce. But because we do have the benefit of having smaller rent, because we are in a 1-bedroom in a house. Chris is a little bit more financially stable to allow, not allow, but now I have the privilege of going in and earning my bachelor's degree. So I applied to local colleges here so we could stay here, because I don't want to leave this area, and I don't want to live on a dorm, and I don't want to live without Chris or Bella. She is 14 years old, so I am not going to miss out on any years of her life, and I'm not going to live away with Chris. Like, I've pretty much been living with him our entire relationship, except for that 1 year. 9 times out of 10, do not recommend that you do that. Okay, I blended the crap out of this side. I think that looks pretty good. I need this. This side needs more attention. How did you and your partner meet? I want to know in the comment section. You know, are you guys married? Are you guys just dating, engaged? How did you meet? Was it online? Was it in person? Was it a blind date? Chris and I pals were actually never destined to meet. So when I was on that app, I'm going to go back in here again with the Naked 3 with the buzz. I want to extend the color on my lid. Chris and I should have never met, to be honest. I had my app sent up to only allow me to interact with other humans in like a 50-mile radius. I did not have it set to worldwide, which should have meant on Chris's end, when he was looking through photos to match with, my photo should have never appeared. He should have never been able to even see my account. I mean, unless it wasn't blocked, but you get what I mean, right? So I don't even know how that happened, to be honest. And he already had plans. Like, he was going to go back to Japan and live out his life in Japan, and I ruined it. I'm coming back in here with a troublemaker just to throw that Girl Crush pink back on top. Just a little bit. So, I don't know. Like, fate? Destiny? What do you believe in? I don't know. But I think we definitely had to be, like, it definitely was, something had to work a little hard to make sure our paths cross. That's what I believe. I believe there was definitely some work by somebody out there who knew, Tori, you are a difficult human to be with. You do not make life easy. You're a little cray-cray. This is the person we have molded to be with you. You're not making it easy to meet him, so we're gonna fix it for you. That's what I believe. Okay, how does this look? Because I'm blind. Ooh, I like it. I need to go in and, unfortunately, clean the access off. The greatest thing to me is the fact that other people, like, who are really close to us, family and friends, mostly my family and then friends, are very much like, they'll look at me straight up in the face and say, 100% Tori, don't screw it up. Chris was totally made for you. He's good to you. He's good for you. He puts up with your craziness. Wow, I just realized I have concealer on my mouth. Well, not my mouth, but like, what the fuck? Was that there the whole time? You guys just have to stare at that? I'm so sorry for your OCD. So, I just think it's really sweet that it's not, at least it's not just in my head. I mean, I don't need the validation, but it is really nice to hear that other people are like, you guys are great together. So we're going to come back up here with the foundation and just to fix what I had to remove. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers the story about Chris and I meeting. You know, has there been anybody who's dated someone that their family did not like? You know, because I know that can be hard. I actually went through that experience myself. Something different besides Urban Decay, I have Cover FX powder, and I like to dab it on. I don't know if that's the correct way. I feel like, and you saw me actually dab my foundation on too, I feel like when you rub it, it leaves streaks as I rub my forehead. Yeah, that's just me. Like I said, I don't know if I'm doing any of this right, but I would like to say makeup is for everybody, and it's to be worn however you want. What makes you feel pretty? I think that's the most important thing, is what makes you feel pretty, what makes you feel good. Okay, so I have this that I bought from Japan. It's just called Superior Powder. Everything's in Japanese in the back. From what Chris could tell me, it's just a powder. I don't know if it's a powder for your foundation or if it's a powder for your nose or what, but it's really, really light color. They obviously only come in like a few color choices. But oh my god, it smells so good. And I don't know if that's good for you. This is how it comes. Very kawaii aesthetic. And this is like compact, like there's like, it doesn't come out. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I like it. I like the way it smells. Hopefully it's not bad for me. So I just kind of like put it under just to, I don't know, to try to do what those really pretty people on YouTube do. So I will just kind of like in there and up, convince Chris to try to translate the back again. But the problem is, the words, he doesn't know what the words are in English. So he's like, oh yeah, I know what that is in Japanese. But when he wants to like put it in a word in English, he doesn't know words like highlight or bronzer or like if he says powder, that's so vague. Lots of things come in powder. We are gonna try contouring. And I have the Urban Decay Flushed palette, Naked Flushed. This is their contouring palette. So it just looks like that. Contour, highlight, and blush. So I don't really know how to contour. They just told me to do the thing of 3 and I do it. I do it, but then I like get scared and I notice that I blend it back out. So I'm gonna try my best to leave it alone, but no guarantees. Oh, you know what? I need to highlight my forehead apparently. And then they say to like come under here? I'm always worried that's gonna emphasize my chin, double chin. I'm blind, I can't tell. I don't know how many times I've said I'm blind, but I really am. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know. You know what? I'm really looking forward to, when this pandemic is over, getting my contacts back in and getting a pedicure and pampering and seeing my friends. I want to go back to Japan. I miss Japan so much. I'm gonna go back. I don't care where. We can go back to Okinawa where most of his family lives. We can go to the mainland. I truly don't care. I just want to go back. Okay, let's see how this looks so far. I don't know. Does it, I mean, I know you can see a little bit on the camera in the light, but I'm always like, I know, I realize I do need to blend out right under my eyes a little bit more, I think. But I do need to get some of the powder on my forehead, going back in with this. I don't know, is it pretty? Oof. Is that just in my head, or is that lighting, or is there supposed to be like a line there? Did that help? I don't know. Is it okay? I'm like second guessing myself so much. I literally don't contour because I just am not good at it, clearly. Okay, we're gonna be brave. We're gonna leave it on. Leave it on. I'm just a little too pale on my cheeks. I know, like, that's the look, and when I see makeup gurus on YouTube do it, I'm like, oh wow, that's so light. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be like that. And then when they do everything else, I'm like, oh, it's fucking flawless. Love it. And for me, I'm like, it's really light. I don't know, but I don't think it looks good. On me, at least. Okay, and because I'm going to be filming another video today and taking some thumbnail photos, I am going to go with the little extra bougie highlight. So this is Too Faced Diamond Light, and I keep it in the box because it's just so pretty. But like that. So, and it looks like that. Get some highlight going on. You highlight here. Sorry, I'm like holding this, and I have this right here, like on my little table of goodies. And I don't want to do too much, and I know I'm like blind. Come back up here. Watch, everyone's gonna be like, what did you do to your face? Your forehead is brown. Oh yeah, that's totally getting on. I don't know if you can see it on camera with this light. Do the nose, do the chin. And they do it like that. Just a little bit. Because if you do too much, then you look like you have a sweaty upper lip. Okay, we're getting down to the end of this, guys. I know this is turning into a really long video. This is the brand Benefit, and it's precisely my brown pencil. So I am not very brave, and I don't do like a full-on draw my own brow kind of thing. I don't have the skills to do what some of these women do, and they do it so beautifully. But maybe I'll just eventually get there. I don't know. Brush. There we go. I curl my lashes before I do my mascara. And I know it used to be the thing, at least when I was a teenager, to curl your lashes after you put mascara on. But I'm sorry, I'm like totally covering my whole face. In my opinion, it's better for your clamps to do it without, because then they get just like caked on with mascara. So this is also by Too Faced. This is Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It says it's supposed to make it thicker and longer. I for sure noticed that they make them look longer. I don't think they make my eyelashes look thicker, but I still really like this mascara, so not hating. And I know a lot of these beauty gurus put on a lot of fake lashes, and they look fantastic with them on, and I'm just not, I don't know how to do that. And honestly, I don't know if the women who've told me this because they don't want to do it or if they're being honest. I'm going to take it as they're being honest. And whenever they're like, okay, you know, do you want lashes? I've never said no. My thing is, do I need them? Mostly because I'm like, what do you think I need? If I need it, I'll wear it. And I've always been told, no, you don't need them. And I'm like, oh, okay, then no. And so I just like to believe that I don't need them. But I might. Maybe they were lying to me. I kind of want to go back to Japan in the summertime, which I know this summer is off the table. Chris is always like, no, you can't handle the heat and the humidity. You know, you hated it when we were in the South and you were only visiting me. And I was like, yeah, effing awful. And then we've been to Chicago 2 summers in a row for Pokemon Go Fest. Yes, we're nerds. We like that game. But we have gone to every Pokemon Go Fest, which has been held in Chicago. And it's such disgusting weather over there too. It's so, in my opinion, you know, it's so humid. And then it'll rain, which of course you're like, oh, it feels good. And then after the sun comes back out and you're like, I can't breathe. So he's like, yeah, I don't think you'll survive Japan in the summer. And I was like, no, I need to know what it's like, because we have clearly said it multiple times. We want a vacation home out there eventually, and we might retire out there. So I need to know what it's like. All right. I usually don't put on a bottom eyeliner. I have stopped wearing bottom eyeliner a couple years ago. So Chris had taken me to Japan for the first time, and we went to Okinawa to visit his family. And I was wearing eyeliner like I normally do. Well, like I normally do when I do my makeup. Let's put it that way. My eyeliner kept getting on my contact, and then it would cloud my vision. So then I had to buy lens cleaner. I went and bought eye cleaning solution for my lens, and while we were out, multiple times I'd have to pull out my lens and clean it in my hand, because I didn't have like my lens case, and wash out my eye and then put my lens back in, which was difficult in a public restroom. So I stopped wearing my eyeliner while on that trip, and I've just kind of like been afraid to ever do it since. So I just put a little bit on. This is Sephora, no, this is not Sephora, this is Urban Decay 24/7 Guide on Eyeliner Pencil. So maybe I just need a new pencil. But Sephora, like, not Sephora, Urban Decay is supposed to be pretty good. But, I mean, there's better. I mean, there's more expensive stuff out there, too. So that could be playing a role in it. Also, that pencil is a little on the old side. So who knows? Maybe I just need a new pencil, and the pencil was the problem. So I'm going to finish this up with Mattifying Spray. This is by Cover FX. I am allergic to Urban Decay's All Nighter. I love All Nighter. I was devastated to find out that I was allergic to it. This is not a setting spray, but they told me I could kind of use it as a setting spray. But it is a matting spray, because I hate looking shiny. Everyone's like, okay, what are you going to put on your lips? Chapstick. So I went to go get the lip gloss, like the few I have. Surprise! It's Urban Decay again. This is Urban Decay Revolution, and this is in the color Liar. Yes, I do this in order to get my lip fully covered, and then I pull it back up. There. Okay, I think that completes this look. Do you love it? Hate it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Okay, so that completes everything for today's look. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for bearing with me and taking this journey on my first do your makeup with me in the morning and listening to my cringy love story with Chris. But I will see you guys later. Bye!